Why? Because it's 9 o'clock in the morning. That's about time you get your second cup of coffee, or for some people, first cup of coffee. Or if you're like my friends in the Atlantic time zone, do you know that exists? Like the far east of Canada, um, it is 1 o'clock. Why not have another cup of coffee? I'm not a huge coffee fan. I do remember this is a good story. My family, not coffee drinkers. My parents never drank coffee. The only exposure that I had to coffee growing up was a very close friend of mine, mentor of mine, who's a veterinarian, um, James Ditto. And Jim would have coffee whenever I spent time with him. And so there's actually this moment when the weather's crisp. It's like that barely above freezing, frosty weather. And that smell of coffee brings me back to being a 10, 11, 12-year old, spending my Saturdays with him visiting clients. Again, coffee. Well, I'm glad you're here. This morning, I'd love to start with this idea, to tell the truth. So, To Tell the Truth is actually a TV show started back in the 50s. It has gone away and come back, and it's probably time for it to go away as I, preparing for this, realized that no one watches it. But this premise, this idea that, celebrity panels and you try to figure out who's telling the truth. Well, in our leadership space today, in our world, political, you go any facet, and it feels like we're playing the game to tell the truth. Who's really telling the truth? You really don't know. As parents, you tell your children, tell the truth. It's easier and better. And one of the struggles that I've had through that process, growing and learning, and man, telling the truth is so much easier. But then you find this other piece. How much truth do I tell? I'm going to share this with you. My thought of the day. And it's this: to tell the truth always, but you don't have to tell all your truths. This kind of is a paraphrase, is a spin on my own from Craig Rochelle, who shares that a leader must always tell the truth, but they don't have to tell all the truth. And I realized today I'm going to tweak it a little bit to tell all your truths, because there's facets which may be true to some, but not to you and not to others. It's important that we measure and always communicate truthfully. Truthfully, because that's what builds trust. And trust is the currency that everything flows from. If you want to have an impact, if you want to be able to influence, there needs to be trust. Con artists build trust falsely. Eventually, it comes back around, and their dishonesty was deemed honest, but in reality, it was dishonest. Don't get caught in that game. Be genuine, be authentic. Tell the truth always. But remember, you don't have to tell all your truths just because I may not like the way your hair looks today. Doesn't mean I need to tell you. Sometimes I just need to keep my mouth shut and realize not everyone can be bald. Hope you got value from today. Hope you have a wonderful day. Your hair looks great. Don't take that the wrong way. Till next time.